Okay, now we are on lesson 8.3. This is the last lesson in module 8. When you complete this lesson, do all the learn and do, understand how to solve percent problems, you will finish the snapshot and then you will finish the module 8 test. So let's figure out how to solve percent problems. There are 3 things that you could be looking for in a percent problem. You might need to find the percent. If you have to find the percent, they're giving you the part and the whole, and you have to find the percent. You might have to find the whole or the total. If you have to find that, then they give you part and percent, and now you have to find the total or the whole. The last thing is you might need to find the part. In that case, they're going to give you the total and the percent, okay? So in each case, let's figure out the steps how to do this. The first problem says Samaya got 5 out of 6 on her snapshot. What percent did she get right? So we're going to write the ratio first, okay? So we always do the part on top of the whole. The part she got right was 5. The total possible is 6. So we're going to put the part and then the whole. She got 5 right. That's the part she got right. And there's 6 total. So always part on top of whole. Now, what we're going to do is do 5 divided by 6. Okay, divide the numerator by the denominator. So 5 divided by 6. Now remember, you can use your calculator. Okay, and so we're going to do 5 divided by 6. And we get this decimal 0.83, and the 3 goes on forever, so we'll just stop because that's the hundredths place where that 3 is. So I'm going to convert the decimal to a percent by moving the decimal 2 places to the right, because that 3 is the hundredths place. So I know that it's 83%, because a percent is out of 100, so I need the hundredths place. Okay, so Samaya got 83% on her snapshot. Okay, because 5 is 83% of 6. Okay, so remember, you make sure you follow these steps when you're doing your learn and do's. Go back to your notes if you're not sure how to do the problem and follow the steps. Okay, now what if we're trying to find the whole? So look at this example. 8 students in the class speak Spanish. 8 students is part of the class. So we have the part. And then it says that 8 students is 32% of the class. So this time we're not looking to find the percent. We already have the percent. What we want to know is how many total students are in the class. So we're looking for the whole or the total. But again, we're going to set up proportions, and we're always going to do part on top of whole. Well, we have the part. We have 8 students. That's the part of the class that speaks Spanish. But we don't know how many total. So we don't know the whole in this case. So this is what we don't know. We can set that equal to part 32%. Remember, 32, the percentage is out of 100. So we can just put 32 out of 100, and we can set up a proportion, and we can solve for the missing number. How do we do that? To solve for the missing number, you multiply the 2 corners that are across from each other. The 2 corners that are across from each other are the 8 and the 100. And I'm going to multiply those, okay? So I'm going to do 8 times 100, and I'm going to get 800. Then I'm going to divide by this 3rd corner. So 800 divided by 32. Remember, you're allowed to use your calculator. So we're going to do 800 divided by 32, and we get 25. So there are 25 total students in the class. Okay, so 25 total students in the class, 8 of those students speak Spanish. That's 32% of the class. So 8 is 32% of 25. Okay, all right, so in this case, we had the part and the percent, and we were looking for the total. So find the whole or total. And again, these are the steps. Okay. Lastly, we could know the total there are 568 total students at Lockburn, okay? And we could know the percent. 34% of the students are sixth graders. So how many sixth graders are at Lockburn? So this time we know the total students and we know the percent. We want to know the part. What part of the students are sixth graders? Okay, so set up proportions again. The part on top and the whole on bottom. The part we don't know. We don't know how many are sixth graders, but we do know the total at Lockburn is 568. And we can set a proportion equal to 34 out of 100. Okay, and we can do the same thing where we set up the proportion and then solve for the missing number. This is the missing number, so I'm going to multiply the two corners that are across from each other. This time it's these two, 568 times 34. And again, remember, you can use your calculator. 568 times 34. And we get 19,312, but that's not all. We're going to divide by that third corner. So we do 19,312 divided by 100, because that's the other corner in the proportion. So if I take that number, 19,312, divide it by 100, I get 193. And I'm going to drop the decimal because we're talking about students. You can't have part of a student. So we have 193 sixth graders at Lockburn. Okay, so 193 sixth graders. There are 568 total. So 193 is 34% of 568 total. Okay, so in this lesson, we learned how to find a percent if we have the part and the whole. We learned how to find the whole if we have the part and the percent. We learned how to find the part if we have the whole and the percent. Okay, and all those things will help you solve percent problems.